Happy Friday and welcome to my stream. Alright, so tonight I am going to go old school Space Sim, play some Free Space 2. I used to play it when I was a tiny demon spawn many years ago. Loved to play, I played the snot out of the game. Actually the first joystick, flight stick I ever had. I don't remember the name of it. It was an old Thrustmaster. Played that was the first game I had with that, and just had a blast. So went and got it, and got everything ready to go. And I want to share it with everybody tonight. So let's go ahead and jump in the game. All right, switch over here. All right, now hopefully it pops up when I switch over. There we go. Alright, here we go. Turn my audio down just a hair. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here.
Welcome to Vega, Ensign. I'm Lieutenant Lukakis, squadron leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. You've been assigned to our unit. The Hammerheads are a space superiority squadron. We'll be flying the Myrmidon fighter, developed to replace the old GTF Ulysses. The Myrmidon is a Terran Vasudin design and a versatile ship with high marks for speed, maneuverability, armor, and loadout. The 53rd Hammerheads were formed during the Great War. At the time, we served on board the GTD Bastion, the finest ship in the history of Terran space travel. You may not know this, but the pilots who destroyed the ST Lucifer in 2335 were based on the Bastion, and some were even Hammerheads. With the 53rd, you're part of a long and proud tradition. When the explosion of the Lucifer collapsed the jump node to the Sol system and severed all contact with Earth, Command transferred the Bastion to the 4th Fleet in Vega. Since then, we've called Vega our home. Now Command has decommissioned the Bastion and reassigned its squadrons to the newer Hecate destroyers. We'll be joining the GTD Aquitaine, flagship of the 3rd Fleet, Capella. The Aquitaine will be here in 36 hours. In the meantime, it would be advisable to review your training. We have all the simulator modules you'll need for the Myrmidon fighter. These modules will give you a refresher course on such basics as your head-up display, throttle controls, and targeting. If you need to review your training, now would be a good time to do so. Because this is your first combat assignment, you'll be authorized to carry the standard armaments. The Subak HL-7, the Tempest Dumbfire, and the Rockeye heat-seeking missile. These weapons are covered in the training modules and in the tech room database. As you gain experience in combat, you will be authorized to use more advanced weaponry. Good luck, pilot, and welcome again to the 53rd.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103C, Class C qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with basic targeting, throttle, and weapon systems. TSM units are approved for use as part of the GTVA Combat Training Program or as a review for qualified pilots. The TSM series is not intended as a substitute for actual field training. Welcome to Module TSM-103C, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. The first function you will learn is targeting. Target my fighter. In the lower left-hand corner of your HUD is your target view. The top lines display the targeted ship's name and class. The next line shows the distance to your target and its speed. Note the brackets around my ship indicating I am your current target. As I fly out of view, the off-screen indicator will display. It points in the direction you must turn in order to face your target. The indicator moves as I fly around. It is always pointing at your target. Notice how the triangles separate. The farther apart they are, the farther you'll have to turn to face your target. Finally, note the number by the indicator. This is the distance to your target. The circular gauge near the bottom of your HUD is the radar. Friendly ships are shown in green. Hostile ships appear in red. Ships directly in front of you appear in the radar center. Using your main flight controller, turn your ship toward mine. Stop when my ship is in your center good. Now stay in that position. Now turn toward my ship again. Match my speed. Good. Now follow me. Note how your speed automatically changes to match mine. To the left of the reticle is the speed gauge. The capital M next to the current speed indicates that you are matching speed with your target. Now, I want you to accelerate and move to within 125 meters of me. Do not collide with my ship. Good. Now, decelerate to drop 200 meters behind me. Well done. Now, let's practice using the afterburner. Engage your afterburner, pilot. The gauge to the left of your speed gauge displays remaining afterburner power. Note that your engines consume it rapidly. That extra speed is useful for quick, evasive maneuvers and closing large distances. Maintain your maximum top speed. Try it now. Now, bring your fighter to a complete stop. Drone 1 has jumped in. Target it. Good. Now fly within 100 units of it and come to a stop. Be careful not to fly too fast. Well done. Note that it takes some time to come to a complete stop. Now fire your primary weapon at Drone 1. Hit it a few times, but do not near the center of your HUD. The hull integrity of your target is displayed. Notice that it has dropped from 100%. This information is also available in the upper right corner of your target view. Now, destroy Drone 1. Good job. Let's see how quickly you can destroy these new drones. Target hostiles and destroy them with your Subak HL-7. The HL-7 is standard issue on all Myrmidon space superiority fighters. This concludes Module TSM-103C. Most sorties will end with an order to return to base. Do not leave the field of engagement until you have been authorized to do so. Your navigation computer will be programmed with the proper coordinates. All you need to do is engage your subspace drive. Do this now.
All right.
Well done, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-103C Class C qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. You may now proceed to Training Simulator Module TSM-103B. Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103B Class B qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with advanced targeting controls, weapon systems, and rearming procedures. TSM units are approved for use as part of the GTVA Combat Training Program or as a review for qualified pilots. The TSM series is not intended as a substitute for actual field training.
Love disclaimers.
Welcome to Module TSM-103B, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. Begin by targeting my fighter. In combat, you will need to acquire your targets quickly. With multiple wings and warships, you will not have time to cycle through all objects in sensor range to find a specific target. Let's take a look at some controls that will help you locate targets more efficiently. 2 drones will be used for the first part of this exercise. You have a targeting control which enables you to acquire the nearest hostile target. Using the control repeatedly will cycle through hostile targets in order of their proximity. Target Drone 1 with your hostile targeting control. Good. Now target Drone 2. Excellent. Now we'll learn another useful targeting control. As a GTVA fighter pilot, you will be called upon to defend larger vessels, from troop transports to destroyer-class warships. For this simulation, let's bring in a Triton-class freighter. Observe that the name and hull integrity of the freighter appears in the box to the right of your reticle. This escort list enables you to monitor its status. You can target ships on your escort list by using the escort targeting control. Target the freighter now. Well done. On any escort mission, it is important that you stay close to vessels you have been assigned to protect. The escort targeting control makes locating these ships more efficient. Be advised, the escort list will not be limited to ships you have been ordered to protect. Any major target, friendly or hostile, could appear on that list. This will help you monitor the status of ships with tactical or strategic importance. Let's review what we've covered so far. Target Drone 1 with your hostile targeting control. Now, target Drone 2. Now, target the freighter with your escort targeting control. Well done. In Module TSM-103C, you practiced firing your HL-7. We'll now take a closer look at your primary and secondary weapons. Your weapons loadout is displayed to the right of your reticle. Primary cannons are listed above your secondary missile banks. Use your primary weapon selector to toggle either one or both cannons to fire. Firing both primaries will inflict more damage, but will also drain more energy from your fighter's reserves. The Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter has 3 missile banks. As a new pilot, you will be authorized to use the Tempest Dumbfire and the Rockeye Heat Seeker. Let's practice firing the Tempest. Use your secondary weapon selector to arm your bank of Tempest missiles. Good. Tempests are dumbfire projectiles. These warheads have no homing system, so they'll fly in the direction in which they are fired. For this reason, they are most effective at close range. Unless your aim is very precise, hitting targets at a distance with a Tempest may be difficult. Now, select Drone 1 using your hostile targeting control. Good. Destroy Drone 1 with your Tempest missiles. Close your distance if you need to. Well done. The Tempest may not be as accurate as a heat or aspect-seeking missile, but a Myrmidon can carry up to 320 of these missiles. A volley of Tempests will quickly pulverize an enemy fighter. To maximize their effectiveness, use them in conjunction with your Subak HL-7. While the lasers penetrate the shields of your target, the missiles will impact the enemy's hull. Let's move on to the Rockeye Heatseeker. Arm the Rockeye with your secondary weapon selector. Well done. Now, target when you fire the Rockeye, the missile's tracking system will lock onto the heat signature of your target. Be aware the homing radius of the Rockeye is limited, and your target must be near the center of your HUD. Destroy Drone 2 using your Rockeye missiles. Nice shooting, pilot. Compared to the Tempest, the Rockeye is more accurate and has a greater effective range. However, the Myrmidon can carry no more than 20 Rockeyes. You can also toggle double fire mode to launch twice the ordnance. You will inflict more damage and increase your chances of hitting the target. We will now send in more drones so you can practice firing missiles. Be sure to toggle between banks so you can get a feel for both the Tempest and the Rockeye. Run low on missiles, you need to rearm your fighter. To do this, you must call in a support ship. First, press the communications key to bring up your messaging window, followed by the 5 key to rearm.
Deploying support ship
In order
now.
for the support
Please
ship to
stand
dock,
by.
you must bring your fighter to a complete stop. The support ship will then automatically dock with you. In the lower portion of your HUD, an indicator displays the support ship's ETA. The support ship's primary purpose is twofold. First, it will reload your secondary weapons and countermeasures. Second, the support ship is capable of making minor repairs. Keep in mind, a support ship can only load as many weapons as it has on board. It may not be enough to completely rearm your fighter. We covered a lot in this module. If you need to review this material, replay the simulation. Otherwise, you are qualified to proceed to TSM-103A. Engage your subspace drive. Well done, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-103B Class B qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. You may now proceed to Training Simulator Module TSM-103A. Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-103A Class A qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with dogfighting techniques. TSM units are approved for use as part of the GTVA Combat Training Program or as a review for qualified pilots. The TSM series is not intended as a substitute for actual field training.
Wake up. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Module TSM 103A, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. This simulation will cover dogfighting techniques. You will be required to use many of the skills you learned in the preceding modules, such as targeting, matching speed, and primary and secondary weapons control. Begin by targeting my fighter. You can either use your basic targeting control. You'll notice as I move, a circular indicator moves in front of my ship. That is the lead indicator. It shows you where you need to fire your primary weapon to hit your target. Now, target the drone. You can use your basic targeting control. The target box in the lower left-hand corner of the HUD displays the distance to and hull integrity of your target. Your target's hull strength is also shown in the lower part of your reticle. As I shoot the drone, watch its hull integrity drop slowly. A good dogfighting tactic is matching speeds with your target. Good. Your throttle can be set to automatically match the speed of your target, even as your targets change. Use your auto matching control to toggle this feature on or off. Good. You should be on the move at all times during a dogfight. Now, destroy the drone. Don't forget, you also have missiles. Two new unarmed drones have arrived. Destroy both of them. Remember to match their speed. To target new hostiles is by using auto-targeting. This will automatically target your nearest hostile after your current target has either left the area or... Good job! This drone is armed. It will start firing upon you in 10 seconds. Destroy it. Now comes the fun part. 5 pairs of armed drones will jump in. Destroy as many as you can. Great job, pilot. You have successfully qualified on the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter. Engage your subspace drive. Congratulations, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-103A, Class A qualification for the Myrmidon Space Superiority Fighter.
Man, I forgot how good this game looked, even for its time. I mean, it still looks good now. I mean, it could probably play on a mobile device, but, you know, it still looks fantastic.
This is Admiral Petrarch, Commanding Officer of the GTD Aquitaine. For those squadrons joining us here in Vega, welcome aboard. With a complement of 150 combat spacecraft, the Aquitaine serves as flagship of the GTVA 3rd Fleet, based in the Capella system. You join an elite crew of 10,000, the finest officers and enlisted personnel serving the Alliance today. After 18 months of fighting, Admiral Bosch's Neo-Terran front has become the most significant threat to regional security since the Great War ended 32 years ago. The NTF demands the independence of their systems and the revocation of the Beta Aquila Convention, or BATAC. The BATAC Treaty centralized power of the GTVA as the supreme authority in Terran Vasudan space. Integral to NTF ideology is Bosch's vision of Neo-Terra, a utopian society where the lost grandeur of Earth will be restored. Bosch and his followers oppose any alliance with the Vasudans as a threat to the future of the human race. The rebels are entrenched in Polaris, Regulus, and Sirius. But before we hit these strongholds, we must secure...
Secure what? Okay.
Allied Command has ordered the Aquitaine into the Deneb system. There, we will reinforce the 13 Vasudan battle group, led by the GVD Samtic. Both the NTF and the GTVA have sustained heavy casualties in the battle for Deneb. In the past 72 hours, we have lost the GVC Andromeda.
This is Captain Lukakis, Squadron Leader of the 53rd Hammerheads. At 0320 hours, the Aquitaine entered the Deneb system. Admiral Petrarch launched fighter and bomber wings as part of an all-out attack against NTF positions throughout the system. He has kept the Hammerheads on standby until now. A situation is developing near the inhabited planet of Cygnus Prime. We have over 100,000 Vasudan refugees fleeing their colonies in transports. Allied ships are rescuing the Vasudans as quickly as possible, though the logistics of this operation leave many refugees still vulnerable to rebel attack. At 0545, we received a distress signal from a refugee convoy 900 clicks, or kilometers, from the outer orbit of Cygnus Prime. The Vasudans responded with a wing of Serapis fighters, designated Epsilon, which have just called in for reinforcements. Alpha Wing, you're going in.
Great.
Because these transports do not have jump drives, you must protect the convoy until a recovery ship arrives. With all warships engaged and other convoys in dire need of protection, we do not know when a craft will become available. Command will keep you updated and send in reinforcements as needed.
Oh, good.
Alpha 2 here. I have a visual on the convoy, 1,500 meters dead ahead. The escort wing is down 2 fighters. Iota Transports, this is Alpha Wing of the 53rd Hammerheads, GTD Aquitaine. We have orders to protect your convoy. What's your status? Over.
Alpha Wing, we have lost 3 transports to the rebel attack. The surviving vessels have sustained moderate damage. We anticipate the rebels will return in greater force.
Hang in there, Iota. Command will send a recovery craft as soon as possible. All right, Alpha. Let's get to work. We must defend these transports until a recovery ship arrives. Sensors picking up incoming hostiles. A wing of Herc's closing in.
Alpha 1 and 2, intercept those fighters. We will defend the transports.
I keep hitting my hat switch like I'm flying in a Legion.
Reading hostile indicators. Reading hostile indicators. Take evasive action, pilot. Reading hostile indicators.
We have transmitted your coordinates to the GBD Samtic. The vessel should be exiting subspace momentarily.
Bandits incoming!
The rebels are retreating. They broke off their attack. The NTCV Belisarius, a Deimos-class corvette, has run our blockade of the Sirius jump node. We are now tracking the vessel through subspace. We have vectored its course to your immediate vicinity.
Oh, goody.
Acknowledged, Command. We will intercept the target.
Alright, let's fuck some shit up.
Incoming jump signature. It's the Belisarius.
Gunnery control, power up both towers.
All units stand clear of the Samtic and Belisarius.
Negative, Vasudin. The NTF is the only legitimate authority in this system.
Missile banks depleted. Calling in.
Surrender or be destroyed, Belisarius. This is your final warning.
Your posturing insults us both. I will not give up my ship.
As you wish. Gunnery control, open fire.
Belisarius objective has been neutralized.
Now deploying wings Zeta and Theta. You are relieved of your escort, Alpha Wing.
Mission accomplished, Alpha. Return to base. Well done, pilots.
Good work, pilot. You held off the rebel attack and saved both Vasudin transports from destruction. Your squad mates and I all agree you'll make a fine addition to the 53rd Hammerheads. Command reports that 75% of the refugees have been recovered with few casualties. The remaining 25% are under Allied protection and will be rescued shortly. We've also won major victories against the NTF. The NTD Jacobus and the NTC Hengst have been destroyed, and our blockades of the Alpha Centauri and Sirius jump nodes has isolated the rebel fleet. Furthermore, 600,000 ground troops will soon land on the surface of Cygnus Prime in our effort to retake the planet. Prepare for your next mission, pilot. The battle for Deneb is not over yet.
Scoot.
Command has ordered the 53rd Hammerheads to secure an NTF depot in the Deneb asteroid belt. 6 sentry guns are positioned around the depot, and rebel freighters are now moving the cargo out of the area. The NTF has gone through a lot of trouble to hide these materials. Alpha 1, your mission is to seek and destroy all targets of opportunity, including freighters, cargo, and sentry guns. Beta Wing will scan the cargo. Recon sighted a wing of Lokis guarding the depot, so prioritize these bandits. Do not underestimate the importance of this mission, pilot. A depot raid won't win you any medals, but it can be just as vital as taking down a cruiser or corvette. We must sever rebel supply lines if we want to achieve a decisive victory.
Hey, Joy, thanks for the follow. Alright, let's go blow some things up.
Okay, Alpha Wing, let's take out the fighters and freighters. Beta will scan the cargo. Watch those sentry guns. Beta Wing, target cargo units and close in to scan. Optimal distance is 150 meters. Alpha 1 and Alpha 3, you target the fighters. Stay focused on those Lokis.
Man, we got a problem here. We can't scan the cargo.
Run a diagnostic, Beta. Are your sensors malfunctioning?
Negative. There's some kind of shielding on these units. Our sensors can't penetrate.
Acknowledged, Beta. Abort the scan and engage the enemy.
What about a recovery op?
Negative, Beta. Command will not risk recovery in that asteroid belt.
Oh, that was quick. Hey, young Islander.
IFF
Thank you.
confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
We're facing multiple bandits here. That cargo must be vital.
Try to make it look like it. I have it set up here on my desk. I mean, the screen's a lot bigger, but if I put the screen up to be a little bit more realistic, you wouldn't see me. Alright, where is? No more hostiles.
IFF
There we go.
confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
We have secured the depot, Command. All bandits have been neutralized. Alpha and Beta, destroy the cargo units.
Hold on, Alpha. Long-range sensors are picking up another hostile target 3 kilometers from your position.
I'm reading nothing here,
So how's
Command.
chat doing tonight?
We're detecting a faint EM signature from one of the asteroids. Transmitting coordinates now.
I'm still not getting a clear reading. There's too much interference.
There should be a flashing red blip on the radar screen of your HUD. Maneuver your fighter until this blip is centered in the radar. This will point you in the right direction.
It's a large asteroid, Command, with some kind of structure built into the surface.
Let's take a closer look. Proceed with caution, pilots.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just playing Free Space here. Played it as a kid. I play a lot of Elite Dangerous. You know, a flight stick definitely helps. So I mean, I love these kind of space games. So yeah, thanks for the compliment.
Command, the target has turrets and a fighter bay. It must be a rebel installation.
We're scrambling bomber wings now. Destroy that base, pilots.
Here we go.
This is Delta Wing. What's your status?
Command, I'm picking up incoming hostiles.
Engage and destroy those fighters. We need to clear a path for Delta Wing.
Yeah, Elite's kind of a
This is Admiral Bosch
got
of
a
the
bit of a
Neo-Terran front. Allied fighters. Break
issue for
off your
new
attack.
folks joining
Command,
the game.
the rebel leader is on that base.
It's kind of a
Disregard that transmission, Alpha.
sink
Admiral Bosch is in the
sink or
Polaris
swim
system.
kind of thing. What
This
is
must be a decoy.
If you destroy this installation,
There we
you
go.
sign the death warrant of our race. I demand unfettered access to the Sirius jump node.
Oh, what?
There will be no negotiations, Bosch.
Support! Need more ordnance here! Listen, if I take these guarantees, I'll withdraw my forces.
Pilots, destroy that installation. You have your orders.
The asteroid is breaking apart, Command. That's a confirmed kill.
Next. Ah, interesting.
That's not an installation. Disable the engines of that warship. Do not let them escape.
IFF confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
There's no time, Command. The vessel is powering up in subspace drive.
Next.
Bosch and his warship have jumped.
Bandit on your tail. All hostile fighters have been neutralized, Command.
This mission is over, Alpha. Return to base.
Command has issued no official explanation for Admiral Bosch's presence in the Deneb system. The hidden base and the shielded cargo units only compound the mystery of the Admiral's agenda. Under the circumstances, there was nothing you could have done to stop the escape of Bosch's command frigate, designated the NTF Iceni.
Yeah, whatever. Plot. Ha. Next.
Intelligence has tracked Admiral Bosch's command frigate, the NTF Iceni, through subspace. We have vectored its course to the Sirius jump node. The 53rd is being scrambled to seek and destroy the Iceni before it escapes Deneb. We have pre-assigned your loadout, and your fighters are now standing by. Report to the flight deck pronto.
Engage full burners and intercept the Iceni. They are 2 kilometers from the Sirius jump node.
Command, we're 5 clicks from that Corvette. Those coordinates you gave us were bogus. We don't stand a chance of catching that ship.
You have your orders, pilot.
Command, where's the blockade? Why isn't the Alliance guarding this node?
Our line of defense has been reprioritized for engagements elsewhere in the system.
I regret your efforts to intercept us have failed, pilots. Would be well advised to question the wisdom of your leaders. Helm, engage subspace drive.
The Iceni has jumped. I repeat, the Iceni has jumped.
Acknowledged, pilot.
Request a status brief, Command. What the hell is going on here?
You're out of line, pilot.
Out of line? I don't think so. We're risking our lives out here. We deserve a straight answer.
You can discuss this at your debriefing. We now have reports that rebel vessels are heading for the jump node. Stand by for mission update. Command out.
Damn it! Command let Bosch escape! What are you talking about? They pulled the blockade. They gave us the wrong coordinates. There's no other explanation. Why? Why would they let him go? You tell me, pilot. I'm informed on a need-to-know basis. Stand down. We're on your side here. Why did we attack the Iceni? Why did we destroy that cargo? I can live with being a pawn if the game makes sense.
Here we go.
Inbound freighters with Loki escort. These targets escape the asteroid depot. Destroy those ships before they reach the node.
Beta Wing here. Target acquired and closing in. Check your six.
There we go.
There's one freighter left. Let's finish the job.
Oh no, something happened. Ah, sweet.
Mayday! Mayday!
Right? Oh, we're all pawns though. Neat.
NTF cruisers have jumped in. The NTC Glorious and the NTC Impervious. They are heading for the node. Eliminate the fighter escort pilots. We'll deploy the SAMTIC to handle the cruisers. Those cruisers have anti-fighter beams with an effective range of 1,500 meters. Lure the escort away from the cruisers before you engage.
Oh, goody. Getting shot at by friggin' capital ship. Awesome.
SAMTIC is now on station.
Just hit invisible.
We have polarized the Glorious.
My systems are going berserk. Calling in support.
The impervious objective has been neutralized.
Not nice. Seriously? Did I just die? I died. Okay. Well, I think let's start this over.
Engage full burners and intercept the ICD.
Let's try
They
this
are 2
again.
kilometers from the Sirius jump node.
Command, we're 5 clicks from that Corvette. Those coordinates you gave us were bogus. We don't stand a chance of catching that ship.
You have your orders, pilot.
Command, where's the blockade? Why isn't the Alliance guarding this node?
Our line of defense has been reprioritized for engagements elsewhere in the system.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I regret your efforts to intercept us have failed, pilots. You would be well advised to question the wisdom of your leaders. Helm, engage subspace drive.
Iceni has jumped. I repeat, the Iceni has jumped.
Acknowledged, pilot.
Request a status brief, Command. What the hell is going on here?
You're out of line, pilot.
Out of line? I don't think so. We're risking our lives out here. We deserve a straight answer.
You can discuss this at your debriefing. We now have reports that rebel vessels are heading for the jump node. Stand by for mission update. Command out.
Damn it! Command let Bosch escape. What are you talking about? They pulled the blockade. They gave us the wrong coordinates. There's no other explanation. Why? Why would they let him go? You tell me, pilot. I'm informed on a need-to-know basis. Stand down. We're on your side here.
Here we go again.
Why did we attack the Iceni? Why did we destroy that cargo? I can live with being a pawn if the game makes sense.
Inbound freighters with Loki escort. These targets escape the asteroid depot. Destroy those ships before they reach the node.
Beta Wing here. Target acquired and closing in.
Note to self, don't get too close this time.
There's one freighter left. Let's finish the job.
Check your six. Neutralized.
Next.
Two NTF cruisers have jumped in. The NTC Glorious and the NTC Impervious. They are heading for the node. Eliminate the fighter escort pilots. We'll deploy the SAMTIC to handle the cruisers. Those cruisers have anti-fighter beams with an effective range of 1,500 meters. Lure the escort away from the cruisers before you engage.
This crate's gonna blow.
The SAMTIC is now on station.
too close.
Impervious objective has been neutralized. Return to base, pilot. The Aquitaine is shipping out.
Admiral Bosch's command frigate reached the Sirius jump node. I have received no explanation either on or off the record for what happened out there. I assume we'll be informed on a need-to-know basis. Good job neutralizing those fighters and freighters. You've served the 53rd Hammerheads well. Your performance in this last mission proves you have what it takes to be an ace pilot. I've recommended your transfer to the 107th Ravens. They lost many good officers in Deneb, and they could use someone with your talents. They're a top-notch unit. I know you'll make us proud. Good luck with your new assignment, pilot. Command has ordered the Aquitaine to return to the Capella system. Admiral Petrarch will address the crew at 0630.
Every time I hear him say the Aquitaine, I think of like Aqua-Teen Hunger Force. Every single time, like, you know, wait for what was it? I can't remember any of their names. I remember Shake and Meatwad. Those are the only two characters I remember from that. And some was it Frylock was one of the other ones. The guy was just basically like French fries. Yeah, Meatwad. Yeah, he was awesome. All right, let's move on to the next mission here. I might have to start watching Aqua-Teen again. It's been years since I've watched it.
Welcome to the 107th Ravens, pilot. I'm Lieutenant Samza, squadron leader.
Right?
As you know, the Aquitaine is now en route to the Gamma Draconis
Right,
system.
I remember the neighbor. He
The
was
details
he
of
was
the
a trip.
situation there have been classified at the highest
I
level.
might have to do that this
so
weekend.
I'm as much in the dark as you are.
I got a little bit of free
The
time.
Admiral will brief the crew when we reach 3rd Fleet Headquarters in Capella. The 107th is a heavy assault squadron, so our fighter of choice is the Hercules Mark II. Implementing advances in fusion drive technology, the Mark II improves the assault fighter's speed and maneuverability without sacrificing loadout. The Herc has only 2 missile banks, but its ordnance capacity is greater than the Myrmidons. The original Herc won the Great War, so we're proud to carry on the tradition. I recommend that you review the Herc 2 training modules before the
Absolutely.
Aquitaine arrives in Capella. These modules review advanced tactics, such as countermeasures and energy management. The Herc 2 is slower than the Myrmidon you've been flying with the 53rd.
I agree with that. I mean,
so
it
learn how to
was
evade missiles
fantastic.
and
I
equalize
mean,
shields. These skills will help
I know,
you push your fighter to the limits.
a lot of my
Master them, and the life you save may be your
lot
own.
of one of the techs underneath me on the hell desk. They are.
According to your file, you
They've
are now
never
authorized to
seen
use
that
the
show.
GTW-5A
So I think I'm going to have to
Prometheus R, the GTM-19
recommend it to them.
Harpoon, and the GTM-4 Hornet missile. The Prometheus R is a retrofit of a cannon developed during the Great War. After the Alliance lost contact with Earth, we lacked materials required for mass production. So engineers developed this retrofit version. The Prometheus packs a bigger wallop than the Subak HL-7, but it will drain your power reserves with extended use. The Harpoon and the Hornet are both aspect-seeking missiles. While the Harpoon fires individual warheads, the Hornet launches a swarm of 4 projectiles, 8 if you're in double-fire mode. The training modules cover the proper technique for firing aspect-seeking missiles, so be sure to review that section carefully. That's all for now, pilot. The Aquitaine will arrive in Capella in 4 hours.
Ah. You know, I'm trying to. I don't think I've ever heard of hillbilly squids before. Was that in Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I really don't remember.
Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-107M, Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter.
Right.
This module is
I am adding that one
to equip
to
pilots
my
with
list of shows
communication
to watch.
systems,
Get
countermeasures,
caught
and
up on.
aspect-seeking missiles. TSM units are approved for use as part of the GTVA Combat Training Program or as a review for
I mean, with a
qualified
name like
pilots.
Hillbilly
The
Squids, I feel
TSM
like
series is
it's
not
either.
intended as a substitute for actual
I
field
feel like that sounds
training.
like a punk rock band to me, to be completely honest. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Check that out sometime.
Welcome to Module TSM-107M, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. Let's begin with messaging. For Class A qualification, you learned how to call in a support ship to rearm and repair subsystems. Now, we'll show you how to give orders to pilots under your command. Our target for this simulation will be an Argo-class transport. Target the transport. Use your hostile targeting control. Good. Now you'll call in your reinforcements. Press the communications key to bring up the messaging window. Select reinforcements. Then, select the wing you want to call in. Epsilon Wing is your only option, so hit the 1 key. Well done. Confirm that you still have the transport targeted.
Right? I mean, this
Now
game
have
came out,
Epsilon Wing destroy the
I
transport.
think, right around like
Press the
1999.
communications key to
I was-
bring up your messaging box again.
So yeah, it's
Select
actually
2
aged
to
quite well in
transmit
my
your orders
opinion.
to a specific
I've seen
wing.
some games from that
Then
time
hit
that
1 to choose
have not.
Epsilon Wing. By selecting Epsilon Wing, you are sending your orders to that wing only. Now, press the 1 key, and Epsilon will destroy your target.
Roger that, sir. Engaging your target.
Well done, pilot. Let's try this again. Order Epsilon Wing to destroy Transport 2. Do you remember your previous instruction? If not, consult the directives list.
Roger that, sir. Engaging your target.
Good work. Be aware that fighter wings are less effective against larger targets. Bombers or vessels with beam turrets are usually required to destroy warships larger than cruiser class. Also note that reinforcements are not always available, and you will have authorization to issue orders only to specific wings and ships.
I think one of these
Now,
days I'm going
let's
to play
order
the
Epsilon Wing to depart.
original Tomb Raider.
Press the communications key to bring up the messaging window. Select 2 for wing and
Thought about
1
playing
for
the.
Epsilon.
There was a
Finally,
re-release
press 0 for
of the
depart.
original Tomb Raider that I do have. I actually thought about playing. One of these days.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Excellent work. As you gain experience in combat, using the communications interface will become second nature. All right, pilot. Now it's time to learn about countermeasures. When you launch a countermeasure, you present a new target for pursuing missiles. In theory, the missile should hit the countermeasure instead of ripping a hole through your hull. You need to use countermeasures to survive in battle, but you'll soon learn this tactic does not always work. For this exercise, we'll bring in a Leviathan-class cruiser. The cruiser will now launch missiles at you. Press the countermeasures key to evade the missiles. Immediately increase your forward velocity to maximum and move away from the pursuing missiles. Punch your afterburners to gain that extra burst of speed. A yellow triangle will appear on your HUD, indicating the vector of the missile's approach. Try to keep this indicator in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. When the missile is nearly upon you, launch the countermeasure. Listen to the beeping sound of the missile lock to gauge the distance of the missile. The quicker the beeps, the closer the missile. While launching countermeasures, turn your fighter hard in sharp movements. This will also help throw the missile off your trail. If you evade the missile, an indicator will display in the upper portion of your targeting reticle. This will alert you to the fact that you successfully avoided the projectile. The number of countermeasures remaining is indicated on your HUD below the weapons display. If you run out of countermeasures, call in the support ship to reload. That's enough for evading missiles. Now, let's practice firing them. Your Hercules Mark II heavy assault fighter is armed with 2 banks of harpoons. Unlike heat seekers like the Rockeye, you must acquire a lock on your target in order for an aspect seeker to home. However, the aspect seeker is well worth the effort because its homing ability is much stronger. If a heat seeker loses track of its target, chances are it will not reacquire lock. Aspect seekers, on the other hand, will track their targets until they detonate. Transport 3 is now entering. Let's take this opportunity to learn another targeting control. You have a reticle targeting control that will acquire the nearest object inside your reticle. Maneuver your fighter so that my ship is centered on your HUD. Good. Now use the reticle targeting control to target my fighter. Well done. Now, target Transport 3 using the reticle targeting control. Make sure... Excellent. Now, let's see how you do with those harpoons. Notice the red indicator moving towards your target. That's the aspect triangle. Once it is moved onto your target, you'll see the lock indicator. This means your harpoons are locked and ready to fire. Now, fire 1 harpoon at the freighter. Note how fast the harpoon moves. This warhead delivers quite a punch. A round of harpoons can be fired every 3 seconds. Fire another round and note the countdown timer in your weapons gauge. The harpoon is almost useless if fired before lock has been acquired. That's a major distinction between the harpoon and the Rockeye. Now, unload your harpoons until you've destroyed Transport 3. Excellent job. Let's see how you do against moving targets. In order to gain aspect lock on a moving target, you must keep the target's lockbox in a key position inside your HUD reticle. We'll now bring in the fighter drones. When the first drone enters, target it and acquire lock. Try to keep the target indicator in the center of your HUD reticle. Once you have acquired lock, fire a harpoon to destroy the drone. These drones will... Well done. All aspect seekers function this way, from the Hornet missile to the Helios torpedo. In general, the larger and more powerful the warhead, the longer it will take to acquire lock and countdown between volleys. Now, let's have you face a real challenge. Multiple wings will appear simultaneously. Destroy them all. You must be in range of your target before you can gain aspect lock. Hit your burners to intercept the drones.
Get back here. Yeah, this game would be a trip to play in VR. I wonder if I can get it to work if I ever actually get VR.
Well, this concludes module TSM-107M. Engage your subspace drive to end this simulation. Well done, pilot. You have successfully completed TSM-107M Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter. You are advised to proceed to Training Simulator Module TSM-107SE, covering shield management and the energy transfer system. Welcome to Training Simulator Module TSM-107SE, Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter. This module has been designed to acquaint pilots with shield management and the energy transfer system. Welcome to module TSM-107SE, pilot. Don't touch the controls until you are told to do so. You will fail this session if you do not follow instructions carefully. First, let's take a look at the gauges and controls for your shield system. The Alliance acquired shielding technology from the Shivans during the Great War. Shield systems have been standard on Terran Vasudan fighters and bombers for over 30 years. Your shield system generates an energy shell that protects the hull of your ship from primary fire and missile blasts. As they absorb damage, your shields will weaken. However, your fighter will automatically regenerate its shields over time. Your shield integrity gauge is located in the lower right of your HUD. This gauge is now flashing. Your shield is divided into 4 quadrants. Each quadrant can withstand limited damage. When a shield quadrant sustains damage, the corresponding section of your shield integrity gauge will flash. Observe. Note the front of your shield is flashing as if you've taken a hit. Observe how the gauge changes as your shield sustains more damage. When a shield quadrant has been destroyed, all damage on that quadrant will impact the hull of your fighter. Your shields will regenerate themselves automatically. Let's accelerate this process to save time. Now observe as the front quadrant of your shield repairs itself to full strength.
Now this is a feature I wish I had in Elite. Not just managing the power, but being able to like focus my shields on different sides of the ship.
Your shield
That
is
would be
now
awesome.
fully recharged. Effective shield management can mean the difference between life and death. The simplest way to manage your shield is the Equalize Quadrants function. I have damaged your front quadrant again. Use your Equalize Quadrants function to repair your shields. Well done. Your front section has been partially recharged. This shield energy came from your other 3 quadrants. Practice this function often. I'm now going to reduce most of your shield strength. Note that 3 of your 4 quadrants are now near 0 power. With your shield management controls, you can maximize shield strength in a specific quadrant. First, maximize the strength in your front quadrant. Well done. Note that your front quadrant is at full strength, while the other quadrants have been drained. Maximizing your front shield quadrant is especially useful when you're attacking the turret of a large ship. Now I want you to maximize your rear shield quadrant. If you're pursuing an important objective and are being attacked from the rear, maximizing your rear shield quadrant can deflect the gunfire of your pursuer. Now, equalize quadrants again to distribute shield energy evenly around your ship. We will conclude this module with an overview of your Energy Transfer System, or ETS. In the lower right of your HUD are 3 bar gauges labeled G for guns, S for shields, and E for engines. You can use your ETS controls to augment or diminish the energy allocated to each of these 3 systems. First, let's increase your weapon's energy allocation. Observe that as you divert power to weapons, the energy levels for shields and engines drop. The more energy diverted to weapons, the faster your primaries will recharge. Your weapons will not inflict greater damage at higher ETS levels. High-energy cannons, such as the Prometheus, can quickly deplete your weapon reserves. If you require a sustained barrage of gunfire, diverting energy to primaries may be necessary. Now, let's increase your shield allocation. The higher your ETS setting for shields, the faster they'll recharge. Increasing your shield allocation may be critical in combat situations, such as stopping to rearm your fighter or flying through heavy flak. Now, divert more power to your engines. Increasing power to engines will improve your maximum speed by up to 30%, depending on the fighter's reactor capacity. Your afterburners will also recharge faster, enabling more frequent bursts of speed. For a slower fighter like the Hercules Mark II, increasing engine power may be necessary to chase down more maneuverable targets or cover large distances quickly. Well done. This concludes Module TSM-107SE. Engage your subspace drive to end this simulation.
Now that wasn't very exciting, but informative.
Congratulations! You have successfully completed TSM-107SE Advanced Qualification for the Hercules Mark II Heavy Assault Fighter.
And I felt like I was going through more like HR training. That's always fun. Did I lose game sound, or... No, it's just not being read off this time. Okay. Certain attack to the officers and the team. Okay. Alright. Some squadron leader of the 107th Ravens. Here's a situation. The JTD Aquatine. Okay, that was weird. Okay. I think the game just bugged out a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna play.
Command, this is Alpha 2. We're in. I've got a visual on the subspace portal.
How many hostiles in sensor range?
One wing of Maras closing in fast. The behemoth is 2.5 clicks out. 2 freighters and a half a dozen cargo units are in the depot area.
Destroy those fighters. The Shivas will send reinforcements, so let's secure this area as quickly as possible.
The Maras are too fast. I can't get a lock. I've never seen anything like it. These fighters are unbelievable. IFF confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
Bandit on your tail. Bandit on your tail.
standing by for further orders.
Hold your position, pilots. We are now deploying the Carthage and the Dashur.
Command, we've got 4 or 5 hostile wings coming through the portal. We've got a new fighter class here, designation Astaroth. Where's the Carthage? We need reinforcements ASAP, Command!
Whoops.
Take evasive action, pilots. Help is on the way.
There's too many of them! Send in the Carthage or get us out of here!
The Carthage and Dashur will emerge from subspace momentarily. Stand by.
This is the GTD Carthage. What's your status? The Shevens have broken off their attack. They're heading for the Carthage. King Khan warship is entering the SSC Goliath. Bandit down. All hostiles have been neutralized. Now deploying Delta and Epsilon Wing. Alpha, you may return to base.
All right.
This is
awesome.
Delta Wing. What's your status?
Wait.
Epsilon Wing standing by. Transmit orders.
You survived your first sortie against the Shevens. Though we had only a small opposing force to contend with, survival is half the battle. The COs of both the Carthage and Dashur commend our squadron for the outstanding cover we provided. The Sheevan Kane cruiser and its complement of fighters might have destroyed these vessels had we not intervened. Well done, pilot. A joint Terran-Vasudin task force under the direction of Dr. Mina Hargrove is now studying the subspace portal. We expect a preliminary report in a few hours. For preserving the systems of the Galactic Terran-Vasudin Alliance from Sheevan invasion, you are hereby awarded the Allied Defense Citation.
Woo! Got a reward. All right. Cool. Well, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and end stream now. I'm getting kind of tired. So let's see here. Let me switch over to just chatting. Yep, here we go. Whoops. Hey, there we are. All right, so let's see who we're gonna raid tonight. Let's see who's on. Let's see. Let's go with. Let's see. You know what? Let's you know what? I want to raid. I see someone. I see adult commentary. I'm gonna go ahead and raid him. There looks like they're playing MechWarrior Online. Another one of my favorite games. Probably not something I'm going to stream. My setup can't quite handle playing that and streaming at the same time. But we'll go ahead and have folks head over there. And, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and set this up. Just a moment here. Hey, that's good to hear. I'm still brand new to streaming. I'm glad I'm somewhat entertaining. Thanks for coming and watching. Yep, you have a good night as well. Oh, no, bad. Overheat. Gotta let him get away. Oh!